What's up, guys? This is Showtime's Fight Form. As always, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and all that. Follow me at Showtime Sanders. And let's get right into the nitty gritty. Today's conversation is going to be about the pound for pound king, my pound for pound king, Canelo Alvarez fighting Caleb Plant. Now, I'm actually extremely excited for this fight. A lot of people are just not going to be as interested. They think that Canelo's just going to straight wash homeboy. And I'm telling you right now, y'all got to get out this mindset, man. Just because you don't know these guys' names, don't sleep on these dudes, man. Yeah, like Canelo, I ain't gonna say Canelo's not the type to fight somebody that's ass, because he will, because he's done it before. Like, like that Rocky fight, that dude was ass. So I'm not gonna say like Canelo doesn't. However, with this fight here, Caleb Plant is very, very good. And not to mention, he has a lot of things that give Canelo problems. We have to remember, Canelo's not a perfect fighter. He's the pound for pound best, but even being the pound for pound best doesn't mean you can't lose, or you can't be, you can't face a challenge. Now, let's talk about Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant is 21-0. He has 12 knockouts, so he's not a big knockout puncher. He doesn't have heavy hands. That's not his thing. Now, the thing that he does have that will give Canelo problems, especially in the early part of the fight, is he has great feet. Great feet. If you want to beat Canelo, it's not by brute strength. If you're a knockout artist, you better be a heavyweight, because it's gonna be hard to knock this boy out. It's hard, but what you can do is outbox him. Not saying it's easy, because he's a great boxer as well. However, people with great footwork, people who know how to use their legs, give him problems. We've seen it with Lara. We've seen it with Floyd Mayweather. And honestly, you saw a little bit. I think people exaggerated how Billy Joe fight went. However, you did start to see when Billy Joe started to get confidence, Canelo was missing a lot more. So like I said, Caleb has that. He 100% has that. Great footwork. And he's trained with some of the best. I mean, bro, he trains with Andre Ward. Like, that's like his homeboy. And we already know Andre Ward is one of the greatest boxers of our generation. So, I mean, like, if you think that this man is just gonna just get walked over by freaking Canelo, you're tripping. All right. So, like I said, let's give him some respect. Now, Canelo, we already know pound for pound best. What is it? 50? What? No, 60? No. What is it, 58? 58 fights he's won. He's about to get 60. That's rare. You don't really see that, especially with American fighters. American fighters don't really fight that often, unfortunately. He's only had one loss to Floyd Mayweather. And I mean, we already know the wins. I mean, he has triple G's. I mean, we got the Daniel Jacobs. I mean, he has a lot of good wins. And now he's trying to unify the super middleweight belt and then eventually move up to like heavyweight, which I think is his plan and his goal. He is a heavy puncher. He will knock you out. And if he doesn't knock you out, he will hurt you very bad to the point that you wish he was knocked out. Now, we are like my issue with Canelo recently, well, not recently, pretty much has been that he's not a volume puncher. He doesn't really throw in volume. It's normally 2 to 3 max. And I mean, once he smells blood in the water, that's when he'll open up. But if you're, in the main bits of the fights and you're a pretty good fighter, he's not really gonna throw too many combinations at you, which once again feeds into the fact that a person that uses their legs, a person that has really good footwork, can cause him trouble and steal rounds from him, because sometimes he's not as active, because he just looks for that heavy shot, or heavy, like the heavy two punch combination or something like that. Now, I'm saying all this to say that I still fully expect Caleb Plant to lose. I know I've said this to be, I just think there's going to be a lot more competitive than people think. Caleb ain't going for it. He's not sweet for it. This guy is a very tough fighter. I mean, you could tell, honestly, just from his background, this guy is tough. He's not the type to back down to any man. And it's hard for me to sit here and say Caleb Plant will win, especially when homie threw a sucker punch and didn't even land it. How do you slip a sucker punch? Once I saw that, I was like, yeah, bro. How you gonna hit this man? He didn't even think the punch was coming, but he knew it was coming just off a reflex. What? Yeah, you gonna lose, bro. I'm sorry. That right there was hard for me to see. Yeah. So like I said, it's gonna end up being, I think, I don't think it's gonna be a stoppage. I think this is gonna be another fight where Canelo wins by decision. I think that he's gonna steal a bunch of rounds. I do think he's gonna punch him. He's gonna hurt him. He's gonna swell up that eye. And I see, once again, Canelo's gonna be a decision, and we're gonna be still talking about the pound for pound king, and hopefully we move on to him going to light heavyweight and challenging there, because it seems like Canelo, who else? It seems like Canelo and Tyson Fury, maybe even Shakur in the future, but not right now, because he's still like developing and trying to make a name for himself. But so far, these are like the two fighters that I see. Oh, Josh Taylor too. These are like the 3 fighters that I see that are willing to fight any and everybody and trying to make the fights that everybody actually want to see, and challenge himself. Everybody else kind of seem like, oh no, talk to my agent. No, man, talk to my promotions. No, man. Like, everybody else say they want to fight, but I don't really see it. Like, for instance, Tank fighting Rolly. Have y'all seen that? I know we ain't talking. I know this is talking about Caleb, but that just, I'm sorry, stuff like that just irks me. It's the fights that shouldn't be made. This fight should be made because he wants to unify his belt. Then he's gonna go and try to take another belt. That's what we need. We need real belt collectors. Not, I want to challenge for the interim belt, or I want to challenge for the regular belt. We need people who want real champions. So thank you as always for watching. You guys tell me what you think. Who do you think is going to win what round, or you think it's going to go to decision? But as always, thank you guys for watching. This is Showtime's Fight Forum. Make sure y'all blessed as always.